I want to ask you in a little bit more about the sort of the philanthropy and the other goals you have. But first, let me ask you a couple of questions purely about yogurt. And one is, what's next in yogurt? We had a fantastic story about man-made dairy over the weekend. We've seen all sorts of changes in yogurt. What comes next in yogurt from your point of view? Is there a new transition we should anticipate?
Yeah, I think I hope that we can take some credits from this. I always thought with yogurt we can break the barriers of where people live or what kind of income they have, and they can have an access to simple, perfect cup of yogurt. And when I started, I said, you know, um, cup of yogurt won't change the world, but how you make it might. It could. It is that magical food, uh, and and all I want to do right from the beginning is I would make a cup of yogurt that I can serve to myself and my family when I have it one day. Then I can ask others comfortably to give it to their children and their family members. This is what the simplest food could be. I think the part that when I arrived, looking at those ingredients, and you don't know if you're reading a yogurt ingredients or a paint ingredients. I mean, that is just mind. And why the corporations making this so complicated, and then you can have so many ideas why that is. I think that offering that simplicity, that nutrition, and that accessibility with it, and bringing people to this life, and people have a different perspective of seeing the yogurt, and that applies to all the food that we consume today. I think there's been an enormous amount of transformation in the last 10 years, and continue to innovate. I think portability is extremely important, like drinkable yogurts, which we have launched and is doing really well. The mix-ins, we like crunchy, we like nuts, and we like, some other ingredients that can go along with the yogurt that we cannot pre-mix. That's going really well. And then how do we push the boundaries and say, hey, can I remove the lactose and sugar while I'm making authentic, really good yogurt? And I spent a lot of time in the last 2 years, and we launched the Chobani Zero, which is the natural billions of probiotics in a really nutritional yogurt, which is high proteins and calcium. We launched that. I think it is just this, without giving up the ultimate quality, there's so much room to innovation. And when you look at yogurt consumption in America, we are still, half of per capita in Canada and maybe 4 to 8 times per capita in Europe. So we still have a long way to go. And I always say, when it comes to yogurt, America is underdeveloped.